Hey, what's up, everyone? So we're going to be taking a look at the 2021 Grammy Awards that just aired this past Sunday. All right, so let's just get into it.
Everyone here is following all COVID-19 protocols and guidelines. In fact, this is going to be the rare award show where the white stuff going up people's noses is cotton swabs.
All right, that was decent.
So this
But I think Trevor Noah is like one of those safe comedians that you choose to host these award shows. Like everyone's pissed off at Bill Burr right now for what he said on the show. So I don't think you're gonna have people like him hosting anytime soon anymore. I think like Ricky Gervais was the last to do that with the Golden Globes. But I mean, more and more in this politically correct climate, where people get offended at everything, they're not going to have people like that hosting anymore. I don't think.
And unlike an actual concert, two teenagers stacked on top of each other won't stand in front of you and block your view. So that's what tonight is all
Trevor
about.
Noah is not really like my cup of tea when it comes to comedy.
Well, I mean music and vaccines. This evening we will celebrate music and
they have him walking like a mile
one of our problems is being
to get to the stage.
That's only going to get worse, I can promise you. You see, tonight we'll be enjoying performances from everyone, from Megan Thee Stallion to Cardi B, from Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's Silk Sonic to Taylor Swift. We will hear some of the remarkable stars of country music, Miranda Lambert, Mickey Guyton, and Maren Morris. We'll be paying tribute of the biggest and most beloved.
You can kind of hear that he's like out of breath.
Da Baby and Lil Baby.
It looks like he's coming out of a giant orange butthole.
Performing right here in this beautiful room.
Oh, and before when he was outside on the stage to begin the show,
tonight
you could hear like a laugh track.
That this is all about what 2021 can be, full of joy.
And now you can see like the stage. It looks much different than other award shows.
But full of hope for what
I mean, it's like in the round type of setup.
Let's do this, people.
It reminds me of the Jules Holland show. I think it's called Later with Jules Holland.
And album of the year, Black Pumas are here.
I mean, it's definitely a nice setup, and it's different than the regular stage setting. So
it is my pleasure to announce that the Haim sisters are going to be.
Now they got Harry Styles doing the opening performance.
And it sounds just like a song. I want more berries.
At least it's live.
It's so wonderful and warm. Breathe me in.
And you can hear like the imperfection in his voice. It looks like he's wearing an earpiece. And another big piece of evidence for it being live vocals is you can actually hear him like breathe in when he delivers the next line. I mean, we'll see if the other artists sing live or not. Maybe. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I like his music, especially Adore You, but this is a good song too. I mean, they have the black leather going. It's giving me like a Mick Jagger or a David Bowie vibe going, especially with the boa. You got the bass player looking like Rick James. So, I mean, the show starts off good so far. I mean, live music is what it's all about, or what it should be all about. I mean, you could just sit home and listen to a recording otherwise. That would be blasphemy if it was a Mustang. It's pretty cool how they made it look though, like it's sinking in the water.
Not what you'd think. And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare.
But so far, like almost every song I've heard of hers is like really low, like she's kind of like whispering or talk singing.
Thought I could fly.
Most of her songs like that. Let me know in the comments. And then they have Haim performing. And like I said before, it's like the Jules Holland show. They have like other artists sitting around. I don't know. It's kind of weird, especially for an award show, because we're so used to seeing like the traditional setup. All of last year was just weird, and the weirdness is just like continuing. This kind of gives me like a Sheryl Crow vibe. So like I said, good start. Everything's live so far, it seems. All three acts are playing their own instruments. Alright, so
back to the Grammys.
then they bring us to the awards
Let's get straight
ceremony
to the
outside.
awards. The first award tonight is Best New Artist. It's an
I
award that has
kind
been
of
won
like
by
this
the
setup,
Beatles, Mariah Carey, Christina
but
Aguilera,
it's also
and
kind
John
of
Legend.
weird.
And it's been
like
lost by
Trevor
Kendrick
said,
Lamar,
it's going to be
Drake,
different.
Taylor Swift, Boyz II Men, and Elton John. So even if you lose it,
I mean, are the nominees supposed to just
Here to
sit
present the
outside
award
while the
is an
music is
artist who always
inside?
makes me
I
feel
mean, I guess they're
good as
watching it
hell.
on the
Please
screen.
welcome three-time Grammy winner.
And it seems like
Lizzo.
Trevor's going to be getting some decent cardio walking all over the place.
Secondly,
Now,
I really
check this
just
out when Megan
wanna
Thee Stallion
thank
wins
God
for Best New
because
Artist.
Thank you for putting life into my body for me to be able to even be here today. I want to say thank you to T. Ferris
It's like the car
for
revving its
always
engine.
being with me, being by my side.
Yeah, filming outside. What kind of sound problems might you have? I mean, it sounds like me trying to film a
Thank you for
video
always
for
being with me,
YouTube
being
with
by my
all the
side. I
damn
wanna
trucks
say
and
thank you
buses
to
going
everybody
outside my
here.
house. Now, I had no idea who this band was before the show, but I mean, I liked their performance. It was a pleasant surprise. I like how the show has been keeping up with and at least started with the live aspect of playing instruments and singing. So, I mean, we'll see if it keeps going throughout the whole show, but I doubt it. Yeah, but I definitely like this band performing this song. Alright, so they're doing these little interviews pre-performance, and this one is from the Baby, so check out a part of it.
What's going on is the Baby, the 6-time Grammy nominated international megastar, CEO, rock star performer, chocolate superstar with a pretty smile. Thing with me that allowed me to
Way to be humble.
Probably just the fact that you want me to watch my language in this interview?
I mean, I know he has to make it interesting, but damn, international megastar.
Nothing. You and your brother
Is he
can't
even
get a
really
fresh
that
haircut.
big?
Y'all ain't doing too good, even with me.
I mean, it seems like you have artists that are either just completely arrogant or completely humble.
Motivation to anybody else who
Now, here's his performance.
waking up with cold sweats like I got the flu. My daughter a G, she saw me kill a hit in front of her before the age of 2. And I kill another hit or 2 before I let him do something new.
I just found it kind of funny
They may not understand, they just wanna
because of the older white people in the back.
Let's go.
I mean, I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be. Are they supposed to be judges? I don't even know. But it's kind of weird to me when they start kind of like not dancing, but kind of like swaying to the music. They're trying to like sway on beat. I don't know. It's just funny to me. I mean, I like Dua Lipa and I like some of her songs, but I wonder if they give a choice to the performers to either do it live or have a recording. I mean, I kind of understand having a recording if you're dancing a lot, but not while you're just standing there. I mean, even Curtis Stigers, who I did a reaction video about here, mentioned it in a tweet. So he tweeted out, "Is she lip syncing on at Recording Academy Grammy Awards?" So I'm not the only one, obviously. I mean, like I said before, I'd rather have a live vocal, or else, you know, I could just stay home and listen to the recording. But I mean, it's still a good performance. I mean, you just have to decide if you're okay with going to see a good performance over hearing a good live vocal. Let me know who you think is actually singing live and who you think is lip syncing on the show. I was actually kind of looking forward to this performance. I saw them on some show like a week ago doing this song, I think. And it's obviously giving off like that 60s or 70s Motown feel, especially with the clothing. I mean, you can see the earpiece, at least in Bruno Mars' ear. I mean, the vocal sounds really good. So even though I can see the earpiece in Bruno Mars' ear, and that's a sign of a live vocal, I mean, there could still be doubt, because I don't remember seeing any earpieces in Anderson .Paak's ear or the backup singers. Unless I missed it, I don't know. So, I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes, especially with the advancement of technology now. Alright, so the show's been on for, like, I think 51, 52 minutes already. And this is only, like, the second award that they've given away on air. I mean, they might as well just rename the show to Grammy Performances. I mean, I love performances just like anyone else, but I think there could have been, you know, at least a better balance of awards and performances.
That loss has been immense. So at the end of the night, please go to Grammy.com for a list of nearly.
When I heard that, I was like, damn, over 1,000? I mean, does he mean just for 2020 or the entire Grammy show history? I mean, I would think he means the entire history of the Grammys, but I don't know. The way last year went for everybody, it's not that hard to believe. I mean, some that died in 2020 were right there: Bill Withers, Little Richard, John Prine, Mary Wilson, Bonnie Pointer, Charlie Daniels, Kenny Rogers, Charlie Pride, Leslie West, and Chick Corea, just to name a few. And a lot of people think that Eddie Van Halen should have gotten a bigger tribute and that he was kind of snubbed. But I feel like these award shows have moved away from rock for a long time. I mean, they just don't value rock music anymore, really. Eddie Van Halen's son actually had a response to this on his Twitter. So he said, "The Grammys asked me to play Eruption for the In Memoriam section, and I declined. I don't think anyone could have lived up to what my father did for music but himself. It was my understanding that there would be an In Memoriam section where bits of songs were performed for legendary artists that had passed. I didn't realize that they would only show Pop for 15 seconds in the middle of 4 full performances for others we had lost. What hurt the most was that he wasn't even mentioned when they talked about artists we lost in the beginning of the show. I know rock isn't the most popular genre right now, and the Academy does seem a bit out of touch, but I think it's impossible to ignore the legacy my father left on the instrument, the rock world, and music in general. There will never be another innovator like him. I'm not looking to start some kind of hate parade here. I just wanted to explain my side. I know Pop would probably just laugh it off and say, who gives a He was only about the music anyway. The rest didn't matter. I'd love to get the opportunity to speak to the Recording Academy, not only about the legacy of my father, but the legacy of the rock genre moving forward. Thank you." So, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, obviously they asked his son if he wanted to perform in honor of his father, and he declined. So, I mean, I thought that this Lionel Richie performance for Kenny Rogers was a bit shaky. I mean, but that could have just been, you know, his emotions with losing his friend, having to sing the song and thinking about him at the same time. So, I thought that Brittany Howard gave a really good performance here, and it's definitely a live vocal. I mean, the first full song I ever wrote is kind of a bluesy song called Beyond Repair, and after I wrote it, I heard Brittany's voice in my head singing it. So, Brittany, call me. It's so weird now to just see singers, you know, just stand there and sing. I mean, these award shows always seem to have to put on like a big Broadway type theatrical performance. And the first performance in this, it's a country segment, is Mickey Guyton, who's the first black female solo artist to be nominated in a country category. I mean, why is that not a bigger deal being talked about? I mean, because she's not Beyonce or because it's country? I mean, she hasn't even been supported by country radio. I mean, there's a piece by NBC News that talks about how 70% of the airplay on her songs, on her singles, on country radio were in the evening to overnight, and how, you know, there was bias there and that they weren't promoting her the way that they should be because she's black. The other performance I liked here was Mara Morris and John Mayer on the song The Bones. I really like the song. I also love watching John Mayer play the guitar. I mean, he's one of those musicians that gets lost on what he's playing. I mean, now, performances like these actually inspire me more to write than the big theatrical stuff. I mean, a lot of other performances are cool to look at, but I'd rather have more substance. I mean, if you're different and like the other stuff, then that's cool too. I'm just saying that people get inspired by stories, and these performances and songs are what inspire people. And then you knew that they were going to have a performance for WAP. I mean, part of the performance, Megan Thee Stallion almost flipped Cardi B off the damn stage when they did that leg thing where she flipped her around. But I'm going to sum up the WAP performance for you. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. So first there was a lot of this. And then there was a lot of butt shaking.
Put this wet, wet, wet. Give me everything you got. Put this wet.
And then at the end there was a dirty joke by Trevor Noah.
Guys, wait. I just realized something. This is a dream. This is a dream that I've had, to be in bed with Cardi B. And then my grandmother comes in and whips our asses for having our shoes on in the bed. And don't play Cardi, she will whip your ass. I don't know about you, but we have...
The end. So they showed another preview video before Post Malone performed like they did with the baby. So take a look.
Making circles, my voice was gone. I had been jamming and singing all day. And I was like, this song is terrible. And then I came back to it a little while later, and it turned out to be a pretty decent song. I feel like I do express myself best through music. I'm not the most extroverted guy. People will come up to me playing my song, and I'll be like, I'm super shy. Performing is absolutely terrifying. You go into the arena and everybody's hyped up. It makes it easier to go buck wild. I think it was whenever I started playing Guitar Hero, I was like, I want to be a musician. Never in my life did I ever think that it would actually happen. Growing up, it was a very music appreciative household, but music talent, not so much. You should hear my mom sing and my dad sing. God bless auto-tune. Even I can sing a couple songs. I'm so blessed and honored to be able to do music as my job, so thank you very much. Cheers.
And now, performing Hollywood's Bleeding.
See, now, this goes back to what I was saying before. You either have arrogance or you have humbleness. I mean, how can you not like this guy? Every time I see him, he's being humble. I mean, you can still be confident and be humble. Okay, so there were other performances and awards or whatever, but I mean, the show was around 3.5 hours, and I'm not doing a 4 hour review. So the Lil Baby performance with Killer Mike was pretty cool too. Like I said before, I think they only showed like 5 or 6 awards being given away throughout the whole 3.5 hour show. I mean, I don't really remember exactly how many, but I think it was like 5 or 6. All the awards shown were the major categories, I think. So The Weeknd got snubbed and wasn't nominated for anything. And I read somewhere that it was because he decided to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, but what does that have to do with it? I mean, if you know why he was snubbed, then let me know down below. So now he's boycotting the Grammys. He said that his songs will no longer be submitted to the Grammys. I think he said it's going to be a lifetime boycott too. So some BTS fans were pretty mad because it seems like the Grammys does the bare minimum for BTS at the show. I mean, I guess people feel like the Grammys used BTS as a draw to the show. And, you know, and then they didn't really feature them where they were saying they would, or didn't nominate them enough. I mean, they kept saying BTS was up next, but then didn't put them on until the show was almost over. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's because, you know, they were trying to keep their fans' viewership. I forgot how many people watched the Grammys, but supposedly there were like 3 or 4 million more people that watched the clip of the BTS performance after the show. So there were a lot of BTS fans out there that were watching the show that probably wouldn't have watched the show otherwise. I think BTS was only nominated for 1 award too, despite, you know, their popularity and record sales. There was also a Lifetime Achievement honoree segment. I mean, that went by in like the blink of an eye. It was a segment that was less than a minute. And that could have been such a great segment with performances. The honorees were Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Lionel Hampton, Marilyn Horne, Salt and Pepper, Selena, Talking Heads, Ed Cherney, Benny Golson, and Babyface. I mean, I thought there should have been a proper tribute for that because, like I said, it was pretty much just a short mention. And it's a Lifetime Achievement honor. So, I mean, for it to go by that quick, it's kind of a snub. So the night seemed to belong to Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, she won for Best New Artist, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and then she was nominated for Best Record but lost to Billie Eilish. I want to show you this clip where Billie Eilish came on stage to accept her award for Best Record. She pretty much Kanye'd herself.
Hi, Ringo, what's up? This is really embarrassing for me. Megan, girl, I was gonna write a speech about how you deserve this, but then I was like, there's no way they're gonna choose me. I was like, it's hers. You deserve this. You had a year that I think is untoppable. You are a queen. I want to cry thinking about how much I love you. You're so beautiful. You're so talented. You deserve everything in the world. I think about you constantly. I root for you always. You deserve it, honestly. Genuinely, this goes to her. Can we just cheer for Megan Thee Stallion, please?
When I said arrogance and humbleness before, I thought I was talking about the two extremes of artists, but this far exceeds any extreme anyone could have contemplated. I mean, just accept your award, man. This was just cringeworthy for me to watch Billie Eilish do this. Oh, Megan, I'm not worthy. You should win everything and have all the success and awards and fame, and you should be queen of the world. I'm just a lowly peasant. I mean, damn, you could have complimented Megan without coming off as such a simp. Beyonce broke a record, winning her 28th Grammy Award. She now has the most Grammys for a woman and any singer, male or female, to ever win a Grammy. Her daughter, Blue Ivy, is also now the second youngest person ever to win a Grammy for singing on the track and being listed as a co-writer on Beyonce's song, Brown Skin Girl. I had a conversation with a friend who is a Beyonce stan, and let's just say it seemed like I did something horrible to my friend's mother for her to react the way she did. I've never seen this person more aggressive or passionate. I'm not going to get into the conversation of what was said, because if this video gets more views eventually, then all the bees might swarm around me. Please tell me I'm not the only person out there that thinks these award shows are just politics and popularity contests. I mean, there are fans of these performers and singers on Twitter going crazy because their heroes didn't win the major categories or win all the awards. There are some fans out there that think that everything their hero is nominated in should be a win. And then if they don't win, they think it's something like racism or sexism or xenophobia or something like that. Get over it. I mean, a lot of it is politics, and a lot of it is also, you know, the climate of what's going on in the U.S. And I mean, corporations are always going to do what's best for them and their bottom line. So there's a good chance that they're going to, you know, kowtow to what's going on in society at the time. I mean, like I talked about before, it happens with who hosts the show. Like I said, Trevor Noah's the safe bet. If they would have had Bill Burr host the show, there would have been a controversy probably every minute with him doing his jokes. I mean, the entertainment is great, but there's something about these shows that just takes all the innocence out of something that's supposed to take us away from all the crap of the world with these performances and songs that these artists sing. I mean, let me know if you think about that too when you see an award show. Can you separate that when you watch these shows, or does it just sit in the back of your mind? As for everything else, I mean, there were some cool performances and sets, and the visuals were great. But I mean, what else can I say? Take me back to the 70s? Alright, so if you liked the video, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you later.